Oh, dude, man, I ate too much at Christmas.
I don't know if I could eat one more bite.
But I got more room in the garden for trees. It's the 10 at 10 time!
Oh, yeah! Hey, y'all, I'm Tim, and welcome to the Mr. Maple Show.
Hey, guys, Happy New Year. Hope you had a great Christmas. I'm Matt. We're back with another 10 at 10. This one is for December 26th of 2023. Get ready to be saying 2024. We're going to be saying 2023 till at least April. All right, first up on the table, we got lemon lime lace.
Y'all, lemon lime lace, a selection by Del Locks. Love this weeping lace leaf. It has a lemon lime color to the new growth.
Awesome colors. This one, chartreuse green to almost lime yellow. Great container plant, great accentuation plant for some of those darker colors in the garden. Pair this with something like Monticello Gardens or Crimson Queen. It's going to look exquisite next to those. That color really glows. It gets to almost a highlighter yellow right at dusk, even in the garden. Some excellent yellows to oranges in the fall time as well.
It just stays low, has that nice cascading umbrella habit. Excellent yellow out there in the garden. Brightens up those dark spaces, contrasts against those greens, and also really stands out against those reds.
All right, guys, just a little bit of time left in our 2024 T-shirt contest. It's almost over. There's a few days left to compete. Send your responses in to
MrMapleGiveaway@gmail.com.
Where's that at?
MrMapleGiveaway@gmail.com.
And guys, send your T-shirt contest ideas into us. We're going to be picking some winners. The winner could win a signed Talon Buchholz Nursery poster. Those are very limited. It's a collector's item if you're a maple person. You can't get it anywhere else except for right here through this contest. We're going to be giving one out to anybody we use their T-shirt ideas. We're also going to be giving out some $50 Mr. Maple gift cards. So you're definitely going to win something. If you have a great idea and we use it, you're going to win a prize. There's some really good applications out there already. So bring your A game. Make sure it's intellectual property you're allowed to use. Try to put it in T-shirt format if you can. And send it in, guys. We're really enjoying this contest.
Be funny, be creative, be unique. We love seeing these. There's a lot of great ones in there already that have been submitted. Make sure to email your ideas to MrMapleGiveaway@gmail.com.
All right, next up we got Acer Japonicum. Not the only Japonicum on the table today either. There's some special ones. Akamote.
Akamote is one of my favorite of the Japonicums. It has a deep red, that deep red, that Aka color on that new growth on an Acer Japonicum leaf.
Yeah, Aka often refers to a shade of darker red. You'll see it a lot in Romanji. Awesome plant, y'all. This leafs out, it was kind of the OG Blush and Beauty. It leafs out with a blushing of red over top of every single leaf. Sometimes it gets even more pronounced. It also tends to go into that bright red fall color a little bit earlier than everything else. It's not uncommon for this one to go into fall color several weeks early and hold it longer throughout the entire season.
And that's the thing I love about this one. For a Japonicum that's got red color to the new growth, it holds that color better than any of the other Japonicum selections. It has a really nice upright habit, a really nice branch structure to this as well. Akamote, this is an Acer Japonicum you gotta have in your garden, guys. It's got that full moon style foliage, and it's got that red color.
Sue Egriff in our podcast with her, go check that out. She talked about how Japonicums could hybridize with Seboldianum and Pseudoseboldianum. I'd have to do DNA testing. I have no proof of this, but I have a suspicion this might be a hybrid with one of those. Its structure is very upright. It's extremely vigorous for an Acer Japonicum, and it's so unique in its traits. There's definitely something extra going on and special about it. All right, man, let's switch down here to these big boys on this side of the table.
Big girls.
Big girls. I don't know if you're supposed to say that. You might get in trouble. You say big girls. Anyway, hey, big girls need love too. We got Etna Bergman here on the table.
Y'all, this is a selection by the Bergmans at Rare Nursery. This is a pink red in the spring, a maroon during the summer, and it's one of the best fall colors when it hits it in the fall.
This one is incredible. Like in the early spring, it literally hits some shades of neon pink red. Almost looks like the sun rising. I have one of these across the yard. It's in a yard right across the road from my house where I plant a lot of trees. It's kind of in a high canopy, but it gets a lot of sunlight being on the edge of that. And this thing literally glows. It will stop traffic. People will see that. It is a picked up pink red in the spring. Photos don't really do it justice. There's more pink in there than red. And then it goes to a bold red midsummer. Great fall colors as well. Tends to be a multi-stemmed plant. This would look awesome paired with something like Oregon Sunset. Very similar leaf shape, very different colors.
Yeah, I mean, this is one that just stands out from the crowd, and it gives you amazing spring, amazing fall color. It's a tree you should definitely try out in your garden. Pair this out there with something that's a yellow like a summer gold or a golden falls, and it's going to really rock it as well.
Now, I never met Edna to know if she was a big girl or not, but this was named from the Bergman family. They did rare flora nurseries. So if you haven't watched that podcast with Billy Schwartz, he was actually their lawyer. The Bergmans named so many cool plants. Edna Bergman, Bonnie Bergman, Bergman Pine. They also named rare flora. They got a hit list of some amazing plants. Edna Bergman, probably one of the rarer ones. You don't see that one around as much as the others. I think it's one of the crown jewels of their collection.
So add this big girl to your garden.
You're getting canceled today, Tim. This is it. This is the day.
Next up, we've got Acer Japonicum Mikazuki.
Oh man, check out these big boys here. These are amazing. Now, Mikazuki is one of the very first trees that Talon Buchholz named that wasn't a ghost. So this was his post-ghost edition of a reticulated plant. It kind of has these weird crescent moon, rounded, eerie kind of leaves. The leaves almost look like little hands kind of reaching out at sometime. You can get some incredible shades of lavender to dark purple on top of Mikazuki.
Yeah, Mikazuki, it has this sort of eerie kind of shape to the leaf too. Real elongated, very serrated, and cut down slightly when it first leaves out in the spring. I mean, it is such a unique style foliage itself. The name Mikazuki translates as crescent moon. And
Really?
Yeah, and that's because whenever you have that sort of really eerie kind of shaped leaf with that fall color of those yellows and oranges this goes to, you kind of get that idea of a crescent moon.
You know what would be a really dope pairing with this one? Skeleton's Reach. They both have that kind of elongated, long petioles. You get different colors, one being so white, one being so purple, but the leaf shape kind of mimics enough that it'd be really cool next to each other.
Whew. I think that'd be a pretty cool pairing too.
Whew, me too. All right, what we got down here next?
Whew. Looks like we got, rising up, we got Acer Japonicum Phoenix.
Oh my gosh, Phoenix is awesome. This is one of my favorite spring color Japanese maples. This thing puts on an amazing display. I say this every time I talk about it, but think about this one like DeSojo. DeSojo sells out. I don't have the greatest bonsai photo ever of Phoenix, but this one would be a sick bonsai. A lot of people are asking about all these different colors for bonsai that are kind of lost in the trade. Man, Phoenix is around. It's got the same size leaf as DeSojo. It has that spring interest. This would make an incredible bright coloration that's different than anything else out there I've seen.
Yeah, it can give you some really nice shades of just like that pink orange. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It is outstanding. I know whenever we first got our Nikon and started going out and taking photos, I captured this in spring color, and we were just like, this is amazing. It's one of our best photos that we've taken.
Yeah, I think I took it. But an incredible plant. He always takes credit for my photos. This is what little brothers do. Incredible plant. Phoenix will rise again in your garden. It's one of those trees in the spring where you're like, spring has sprung, right? Put this next to Katsura. Put it next to DeSojo. Put it next to Shin DeSojo. Ueno Yama. Those colors are going to pair so amazing, and you're going to make really a collage of colors in the spring and fall that can be unrivaled.
Yeah, and this tree is just an amazing tree too. I mean, the fall colors can give you some good red colors as well. Phoenix, it's a tree. Put it out there in the garden. Think of it as that flowering interest, because when this tree lights up in the spring, it's going to grab all the attention.
Hey, maybe this year you can take some pictures of it. He's going to throw it at me. What do we got next, Tim?
Guys, next up, we got Fagas Sylvatica Tricolor.
Oh my gosh, these are so cool. There's a lot of cool Fagas. Like the beeches, European beeches can really bring it. They make a great accompaniment plants to Japanese maples. These typically work zone 6 through 8. Guys, this one is an incredible color pattern. It looks like nothing else in the garden. Tricolor really gets that splash. You get so many different shades going on there. One of my favorite pink trees in the spring, though.
Now, it's also known as Purpurea Tricolor. This is a European beech selection that has your typical beech leaf, maroon foliage, but you can get pink and white on the variegation on this. And that gives you that tricolor effect on this European beech tree.
It's like the geisha gone wild of beech trees. Like, it just brings it. And pair this with yellows and reds in the garden. It's going to make a nice upright tree with a good canopy to it. And if you've seen a big one of these, you can't forget it. Especially in the springtime, it is outstanding. And it really just continues to bring that color.
If you're new to growing Fagas Sylvatica, give it good drainage, and this will make a beautiful tree out there in the garden. What do we got next, Matt?
We got Yagi.
Y'all, this is a green barked Japanese maple. We recently did a podcast on our best winter interest coral bark Japanese maples. That's coming up in the future. You'll have to check that out when it airs to figure out where this comes up on the list.
I thought you were going to say we recently did a 10 at 10 where we dressed up like the Grinch, because Yagi is neon green It's neon green bark, it's neon green in the spring, and it is golden highlighter yellow in the fall. I love this tree in the fall. Really, that bark just intensifies the other colors this tree does. It brings everything up even to another level. That green bark accentuates that kind of a different color green than everything else in the spring. It's a very lush, but also kind of picked up neonish green. It looks a little different than your typical greens like Sengokaku or something. It's a little bit off color from that, but that fall color is neon bright yellow.
Take this and pair it out there with a yellow like a bihu or a wildfire that's going to give you yellow and orange. Then throw a coral bark Japanese maple in there as well, and you're going to have a trifecta of winter interest that's going to rock it out in that garden.
I love this for the summer too. You get those cool green shades. In Japan, a lot of greens are used to bring about that summery feel. You know, they're often used as adornments for food. This one kind of fits that mold as well with the smaller leaf, with the beautiful bark interest. It kind of has that smooth feel to it and relaxation of like a summertime breeze.
People often say, when's your favorite time for bihu? Mine's in the fall with bihu because it has the yellow on the yellow, and it's yellow all across. My favorite time for Aoyagi is in that early spring because you've got that really unique shade of green on the bark and on the leaves.
It's just green on green on green for days.
And it's just one color all the way up and down the tree, and you're just like, man, this is outrageous.
Outrageous. I love it. All right, what's next?
Next, we've got Acer Palmatum Fireball.
Oh, go check out the Super Mario video me and Brian did. I throw a fireball at somebody. This is an awesome plant. Fireball is one of the best dwarfs you'll ever find. This is a witch's broom, and it has the perfect name because Fireball brings it for that fiery red color.
I thought you were going to say, check out Corbin and Sean's Halloween because they throw a fireball at the red dragon.
That as well. Definitely check out the Halloween special. My daughter's favorite video. And I say, dang it, your favorite video on Mr. Maple's one without me in it. But that's a great one. Go check out the Halloween special if you haven't already. Corbin may or may not be dressed up like a wizard.
So this is a small dwarf compact selection by Dave Ricade. And it is a bright, fiery red in the spring, maroon during the summer, and a fiery red in the fall. So it gets its that name as Fireball.
This will protect you from Koopas in the garden, or turtles, mushrooms. I don't know what those little things are with the feet that come after you, but it'll protect you from all that. You can throw it at them. Hopefully they don't jump it or throw like wrenches back at you. I don't know. Awesome plant though. This is a great one for the container garden, y'all. Pair this with something like Matthew or Kunar Pygmy for just never-ending changes. They're going to be similar in color, but similar in shape, but not in color. Very contrasting in color. It's going to look exquisite in a conifer garden because that bright red is going to look outstanding amongst miniature conifers.
So we add trees and videos to our YouTube channel every single day. And guess what? We talk about trees. So if you like trees, make sure you're subscribed. And go ahead, if you're watching this video today, smash that like button. We'd really appreciate it.
We also do a podcast where, guess what? We talk about trees. It's the only talk show about Japanese maple, and we bring it to you weekly along with daily videos here on the Mr. Maple Show. Guys, next up, we're bringing Stewartia pseudocamellia Plant Mad Garden. Now, this is a beautiful upright shaped tree with some very funky foliage.
Now, Stewartia pseudocamellia are some of my favorite plants. They bloom like camellias. They've got bark like a crepe myrtle, and they've got fall color like a Japanese maple. You get
They're really hard to beat.
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing plant out there in the garden. And on this particular selection, you get a blue-green silvery kind of color on the foliage itself. So what more could you ask for in a tree that gives you color, bark, flowers, and great fall color?
How about an exquisite form? Because Plant Mad Garden is known for having a great shape. This one kind of has an upright with a nice dense canopy to it. It's hard to beat it, guys. If you're into Japanese gardening, think about using Stewartia pseudocamellia. They're a Japanese native that just bring about every single thing you want in the garden. They're, like Tim said, flowering. You like camellia flowers? It's got you. You like bark? It's got you. You like great fall color? It's got you. You like variegated foliage? It's got it. It's got everything in one plant. Don't miss Plant Mad Garden. These do tend to sell out when we get them back in stock. Last but certainly not least, we got Oami, Acer Japonicum Oami.
Woo-wee! Oami is going to be a cool plant for your garden.
Guys, this one is outstanding. Another large leaf Japonicum. This one has distinctly round foliage. So you get these big round leaves. Great palette for that fall color. You can get them very large, especially with some late day shade. Oami, another one that does tend to sell out. It's one of those Japonicums that a lot of people are looking for their collection. Excellent size 1 gallons right here as well.
Some of my favorite trees to use in the garden are the Acer Japonicums. They've got larger foliage, which gives you a good texture out there in the landscape to contrast with many of your other Japanese maples. On top of that, they hold their fall color sometimes a little longer, and sometimes they turn to their fall color based on the timing of the day. That means you just get some amazing fall color that's very consistent. But in the springtime, you can get red tassel flowers that hang down off of the branches. At the same time those green foliage is coming out, gives you some good color contrast out there as well. The flowers are bigger on the Acer Japonicums, just like the foliage. So, I mean, it rocks it out each and every season, and that fall color, it's to die for.
That big foliage can almost look tropical. They're actually extremely cold tolerant though. Japonicums are growing zones 5 through 9. Lovely plants, man. This one is just exquisite. Giving it some late day shade. That's really will help Japonicums fill out, get even larger foliage to them. You don't have to put them in all day shade, but if they have a little hot afternoon protection, that foliage gets even larger. Just one of my all around favorite plants. Love bringing Acer Japonicum Oami back to this 10 at 10. Now guys, this is just 10 of the 20 plants. Check out your email to get notified about the other 10. Thank you to the international community for watching today. Let us know in the comment section where you're watching from.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.